here. Freddie's got another sponsor to announce, right, Freddie? We're going to call on Freddie. We'll have 20 minutes. We have PR people on both sides, so the questions can be heard, and Freddie will be up here. Okay, Freddie, come on up.
Hello, everyone. Well, we know everything. I think the fight's here. I'm ready to go. My guy's ready to go. The only thing I thought, it was disrespectful that Floyd Sr. didn't get to speak yesterday, but that's not my choice. But if you have any questions, let's have at it.
Freddie, is this a must-win fight for you and for Manny, and if yes, why?
Well, it'd be a great fight to win. It's something we trained real hard for. I'm not so sure if it's a must-fight win. I don't think our careers are over if we do lose against a good fighter like Mayweather. This is two of the best fighters fighting each other. It's big for both guys. So, but it's not a must-fight win. No.
Freddie, playing off that question a little bit in terms of how much you wanted this and thought about this, if it doesn't go your way, do you think 5, 10 years, whenever it's over for you, you'll look back and there won't be a hint of disappointment or regret that you couldn't get this guy?
Well, I've been training Manny for this opponent for 5 years. I've been studying this guy for 5 years. I know a lot about him. I think we've covered all bases. I think I've got Manny with a winning formula, and I do think we will win this fight. But it would be disappointing, yes. But again, to lose to an undefeated fighter like this, it's not. There's no shame.
Hey Freddie, over here. I think conventional wisdom, most people seem to think that Mayweather is a favorite, obviously. They think he's going to win. What are people, do you think, getting wrong?
Well, he's a good fighter, but he's kind of picked his own opponents the whole time. He's picked and chose who he wants to fight. I don't feel like he's really picked this one. I don't really think he wants to fight us in this fight. I think he was forced to fight this fight with, Showtime and the deal they had with him. Was losing money, and they needed a big fight like this. And I think it wasn't a choice. I think he was forced by Showtime to fight this fight with the deal he had with them.
Freddie, are you at this point, are you insulating Manny from everybody? And what are your plans for him and for you today and tomorrow, the last 2 days before the fight?
Manny wanted to jog a little bit this morning, so I gave him the okay. And so he had a very light run at the track, and the half run, half walk, just real easy. And he does want to work out today. He wants to shake out with me in the gym today and have a little workout, break a little sweat. He was down to 144 yesterday, so I told him, eat a good meal. It's not, I said, but the workout today is not going to be too heavy. So, but then after that, he's going to have breakfast tomorrow and then get on the scale.
Freddie, right here. Freddie, right here.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Your fight with Parkinson's has been well documented. How is that going, and what advice would you give to those who have that and how to live and manage their lives moving forward?
Well, the first thing is not to lay down and die. Work every day. Just hand-eye coordination exercises do well for me. I have a new neurologist, and he's working out pretty good. Dr. Sumsky from Cedars-Sinai, and he's got me on some new medications. And I haven't shooken in over 6 months, so things are going well.
Freddie, I'm over here.
I missed you yesterday. I hope everything's okay.
Fine, thank you. I wondered, do you have anything in particular that you would like to bring up at the rules meeting today?
I'm going to bring up the glove selection. Our gloves were selected a couple of days ago. We turned ours in. I don't even know if his are in yet. The commissioner did set a date, and they've long passed their due.
What about the conduct of the fight? Anything about it?
No, I think everything's going okay. I think we have a great referee. I think we have some good judges, people that I'm familiar with a lot of my life. I think the referee is a good referee. I don't think he has any room for mistake either with this big crowd. This is the biggest fight ever. I think he'll give us a fairer call, and I trust this will happen.
Nothing about warnings for either fighter.
Well, the thing is, with the elbows and the shoulders, I'm gonna address that in the dressing room, and he's gonna sure warn Mayweather about that. Will he let him get away with it? I'm not sure, but if he does let him get away with it, we are well prepared to counter that. Manny's been taught how to handle that deal, and if the referee doesn't like what Manny does back, the guy's trying to foul me. That's his only complaint.
Thank you, Freddie.
Freddie, over here on your right here. Can you just talk a little bit? I'm reading quotes where you use the word, with Floyd Mayweather Sr. You hate that guy, the family, and so forth. Can you expand a little bit on that?
I really don't hate Floyd Mayweather Sr. He just his poems they're cute, but I don't like cute so much from another guy. But the thing is, he doesn't get under my skin at all. He's just he's trying to do the best job he can, and I'm trying to do the best job I can. And there's no hard feelings. But I was really felt bad for him not being able to sit at the dais and not be able to speak. I think that was wrong. But I got to speak. Why didn't he? So I don't think they were fair.
Then just to follow up on that, if you can, just a little more about Floyd seems subdued for this promotion, especially this week. Expound a little bit more on what you think Floyd might be thinking at this point in time.
Well, after the first press conference, I was driving home, and I was thinking, he's not going to show up, because he was just way too nice, and I even tried to get him going by saying, we're going to kick your ass, and no comment back by anybody. I was just trying to make it a little more exciting, and so it didn't work, but I said he's much too calm, and I'm driving home, and I'm saying I hope this fight happens. But I think we're too close now. I don't think anyone's pulling out this close.
Okay, Freddie, right here, front and center. Yeah. So the ticket prices for the fight are staggering, and I was wondering, from the very front row all the way to the nosebleeds, and does that fact play a role in your mind where these people demand a lot of actions, and do you think both fighters are going to deliver?
Well, I know my guy's going to deliver. I can't promise you about the Floyd, but he did put a lot of muscle on. Usually you put muscle on to fight. So I hope that's what he chooses to do. I think he's going to come out in the early rounds and try to knock us out, and we're well prepared for that, and I hope that does happen, but I'm not sure. He could run all night, but I have fallen asleep at a couple of his fights before.
Freddie, over here on your right, can you update us on how many random tests Manny has now had, and do you expect to be tested in the next 48 hours before the fight? And the second part of that is, Manny has obviously talked about not enjoying needles just before a fight. Is he over that now?
I think he's over that now. We've been tested in our gym over 12 times this training camp. I hope it's even. I don't know about the other training camp, but I know we've been tested by blood tests over 12 times.
Freddie, you've said this morning that, and continually, that this is a fight that Floyd doesn't want to fight. What do you think he feels about Manny?
I think this is a big step up from him. I think Manny is the first guy that's faster than he is, footwork and hand speed. So I just think it's a tough fight for both guys. But I don't think fighters are scared of each other. That's not part of the sport. We chose this sport. I don't think anyone's really scared. But I just feel this might not be his first choice.
Freddie, have you any concerns that Manny may need a knockout because Floyd will be the favourite to get a decision at the MGM round?
No, I really think we can win a 12-round decision here. That's what my game plan is to outscore him. And I think Manny's fast combinations can do that, but if he stays in the pocket too long, he will get hit back. And this is something we have to not do. We worked on our entire training camp, so he's well prepared for whatever Floyd brings. If Floyd comes to fight, we're ready for that. If he wants to run, we will cut the ring off.
Freddie, right here to your left. You have had a long career as a trainer. Have you thought about how this fight will affect your legacy as a trainer, depending on success or failure?
A little bit. The thing is, I think I'm as good a coach as anybody, and I take pride in my work, and I hate to lose. And Manny Pacquiao has been really on fire for this training camp. From day one, since this fight was announced, he's been really happy. We've had a great training camp. We've had a lot of fun. We always have fun in training camp because this is not a job. This is what we love to do. This is, it's fun for us, but a lot of that fun comes into serious play also. And we've had a good training camp. Manny really listened very well. We even went back in the dressing room a couple times, and Manny wanted to watch tape with me with a couple of fights. It's the first time in my life that he's ever asked me to do that, and I thought it was very good. So we're on the same page. We know what kind of fight we need to fight, and I think he's going to do it.
And then real quickly, Mike Tyson said yesterday that he believes that Mayweather is, quote, scared of Pacquiao. What's your response to those comments?
Well, Mike knows a lot about boxing. I like Mike, so yeah, I didn't get to train him for 2 fights, and it was a great experience. And I'll go with that one.
Floyd made some comments yesterday showing respect for you, for Manny, for the Filipino fans. Does it show that he's more mature now? Can you sense more respect from his side?
Floyd Jr. has always been nice to me. Every time I walk past him in the hallway, he says, "Hi, Mr. Roach." He's very respectful. I've never had a problem with the fighter. I have had problems with Roger and the father before, but nothing more than really serious. It's just competitive. I mean, we talk leading up to the fight, but now the fight's here. The trash talk it's about over.
Freddie, it's been said in boxing, the body has a memory. Manny has experimented a big knockout versus Marquez. He fought still, but he never faced someone with a big timing like Floyd. Do you think it's an issue for you?
Well, Marquez is a great counterpuncher. He fought us 4 times. He learned a lot about us in those 4 times. I think he's a smarter fighter than anyone else out there, and I think he knew what to do when Manny stepped on his foot during that round. Manny was stepping in for the kill. He stepped on his foot, lost his balance a little bit. I've taught my fighters this the same thing. When someone steps on your foot, you hit him with the right hand as hard as you can because he's right in front of you, and that's what he did. It worked. I won't say it was lucky. It was well planned. And those things happen. But Manny knows that getting knocked out in this sport is part of the sport. I mean, if you don't think you can get knocked out, you should pick something else. I mean, it's part of life. It's part of a boxer's life to get knocked out. That's why Manny understands it so well, and it doesn't really bother him that much. Going into the hospital after the fight, I said to Manny, I says, "Okay, let's go in the ambulance." He said, "Wait, I have to go to the bathroom first." I says, "Why?" He says, "I have to wash the blood off my face." I said, he knows what's happening. He knew what just happened to him. He was very aware of what happened. He was a little disappointed, but again, he's been knocked out twice before, and again, knockouts are part of our lives.
Freddie, what is your concern about the gloves of Mayweather that you called about that a few days ago? You still concerned with that?
Well, I just asked the commission if both gloves could be weighed, our gloves and their gloves, because their gloves are handmade by Grant, and our gloves are made by a computer system in Mexico with the Folsom and the Reyes. And I just want to make sure that the weight on the gloves were fair. And now his gloves haven't shown up yet. I want to know what they're made out of. Half horsehair, half foam, full foam, or all horsehair. So I'm concerned about what they're made of. and they are concerned with mine also, so we've already tested mine, but we haven't had a chance to test his yet, and I'm looking forward to that.
Freddie, I've noticed in the past that on a couple of occasions at least, it has been because of the people in your corner's love and emotion for Manny that it could get a little chaotic over there during the course of the fight, to the point where there's a lot of people talking or even crying, at times. Are you actually, because of the significance of this fight, kind of laying down the law to everybody about that?
I am, but it's hard to control because Boo Boy does supposed to repeat what I say in English just to make sure he gets it, but sometimes I'm not sure that that's what happens because he talks a lot longer than I do. And then one day against Cotto, Manny went to the ropes and he was laying on the ropes getting hit pretty hard, and he started crying, and I said, wait a minute, I got one guy fighting doing what I told him not to do, and I got another guy crying. I said, why are you crying? He says, because you told him to get off the ropes, and he's on the ropes. I said, don't worry, we'll take care of that. And Manny's solution to that whole problem was, I want to see how hard he hits. I said, well, I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's what he wanted to do. So he said, I can take his punch, and everything was settled after that. But it does get a little funny sometimes.
Freddie, over here. How concerned were you with how Manny would bounce back from the Marquez knockout loss?
I really wasn't affected. I didn't think he was too affected by that. It was a bad knockout. It was something I was a little worried about. I believe that he laid down for a long time. I was worried, and then when I started talking to him on the way back to the doctor's office and made sure he's checked out and everything was okay, and then when I walked into the ambulance, he wanted to get the blood off his face. I thought he was very aware of what just happened. And we had all the tests done by the doctors at the hospital. And when I started back with him in the gym, there was no flaws, no changes, no gun shy. He took it very well. I have no concern about that. When I first met Manny, I said, Manny, can I watch some of your old tapes? He said, sure. He showed me 2 fights where he got knocked out. I said, why did you show me that? He said, that's part of my life. I said, why didn't you show me something good? But that's what I would do. But he wanted to show me the worst parts, and he saved the best parts till later.
Ready? You suggested that Floyd is, you think he may not show up, or he's afraid. Mike Tyson has backed that up. Then why would you suggest that Floyd will go for a knockout in the early rounds?
Well, that's what I would do. I wouldn't watch the Marquez fight so much about the knockout. I would watch the first knockdown in that fight, and that's what I'm going off. That Floyd is saying that Manny got hit by that big overhand right. It was kind of a sucker shot. It's a fight. It's a shot that fighters like him shouldn't get hit with. He pulled away from it. We've worked on a lot on that, but I do think Mayweather will come out with a shot like that because he can punch when he wants to. And the thing is, as a coach, I would advise my fighter to take advantage of it if he could.
Next question here.
Freddie, just to follow up on that comment you made about when you first met Manny and he showed you those tapes, why did you decide to work with somebody who showed you 2 tapes where he got knocked out? That's not the way to go into a job interview.
That's true, but the thing is, after we worked mitts together, I was so impressed with his power and his speed. It took 1 round for me to go over my people and say, wow, this kid can fight. And he went over to his managers and says, we have a new trainer. And we've been together for 15 years now, and it's been a great 15. So, thank you.
Thank you, Freddie.
Anyone who, I know we have a few requests for one-on-ones from TV. We're going to do them back there so we don't interrupt Floyd's time.
We'll do them all the way in the back.
Seen you this whole promotion.
Okay, we're going to throw it open for questions from Floyd. Raise your hand, stand up.
Yours? Yeah.
Question.
Floyd Sr., you are here listed
listening to what Freddie said. Do you have any reaction to anything that you heard him say off the top of your head?
Ain't nothing he said moved me. It ain't, and whatever he said, it moved Floyd. Either way.
Floyd, what do you say to Freddie's comments yesterday that he thought that Floyd Jr. is kind of scared and might not even show up for the fight? What was your reaction to that?
Well, Freddie Roach is a joke with no hope. That's the answer.
Floyd, over here. I got a question for you about this fight in terms of what we can expect to see. Two different styles of fighters. Does that make this a better viewing fight?
To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be much of a fight.
Sure.
Pretty much.
Thank you.
Floyd, over here. Back when the Cotto fight happened, I remember you came in saying that you came back to help Floyd's defense because he got hit too much in that fight. What have you done in particular to help Floyd's defense and sharpen it up, especially coming into this fight?
Well, you know what? My son had defense anyway. When you got defense, you got defense. You either got it or you don't have it. It's just where you can get better with it. But it's not just so much teaching defense. When you move on your feet, that's defense. You jab the guy back, double jab, right hand, left hook, all that stuff, defense. Push the guy like that, defense.
Floyd, you fought Ray Leonard. How would you compare your son to Sugar Ray and the other greats of that era, and what would a win do for his legacy, do you think?
Well, you know, I'm not here to talk about Leonard, but one thing that didn't happen, to be honest, I would have whooped Leonard, but as you see, it was a good fight. The whole thing was that I had a hairline fracture in my right hand. Me and Leonard talked about that. I asked him did he want to do a charity. For the kids to do it, Leonard said he didn't want to do headaches. And I understood it.
Floyd, over here, it's obviously, listening to him, extremely important. 5 years watching your son. He wants to win this fight, meaning Freddie. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's ever won anything more. What would it be? Freddie wanting to win this fight as badly as he does. How badly do you want to win it? Does this mean, obviously it means a lot to him.
The fight is already won. Trust and believe me. I'm just telling you, the fight is already won. They all talking that talk. They keep talking about how scared Floyd is and how scared Floyd was for 5 years. That was them. They asked us to be scared. We weren't scared. Freddie, we were man, any day, any time, any year, any moment.
Floyd, over here. Sorry, am I next? Yes. Okay. If you look at, obviously we know you think that your son's going to beat Pacquiao. Many experts do. Here's my question. If you look at the history of Pacquiao's career, what would you say was his best performance?
His best performance?
Yes.
His best performance when Marquez stretched.
Floyd, down here. You obviously feel like your son is going to score a knockout, yet he hasn't done that in quite a while. What is it about Pacquiao that you see in him that makes him right for Floyd to knock him out? Freddie mentioned that he got hit with a sucker shot by Marquez early in the first round, and that you might look at that.
I'm sorry, sir. It ain't going to be no sucker shot. It's going to be the real shot.
Floyd, is it at all bittersweet that this is the last 2 fights for your son's career, that this year is going to be the end of his career?
You know, I think it's best for any man that's grown to do whatever they choose to do. Whether it's getting out the game or continue the game down the line. But basically, I think that he should quit though. You know, I'm just saying that these are my thoughts. Because if you stick around, somebody's gonna get you sooner or later.
Floyd, right down here, on your right here, second row, Floyd. Yeah. You talk about this fight just in terms of the promotion, where the live gate's going to be a record, pay-per-view numbers are going to be a record.
So I'm just saying that's what I think. Why it is that everything is so big, because the hotels is priced high. Everything gonna be priced high. Believe me. More than that. Before it's over.
Floyd Sr., you seem very confident that your kid is going to win this fight. It seems to be more confident than he was going into the Maidana fights and Guerrero and Cotto. Can you sort of talk about why you so much believe that he's going to handle Pacquiao so easily, a one-sided drubbing or a knockout, I think you said yesterday?
Man, listen, do you know boxing? It don't sound like you know it too well. Why? It's because the thing that you asked me. They're weird, they're crazy, they're dumb, and stupid.
Hi, Floyd, you're right. Do you think that after the Pacquiao KO over Marcus KO's Pacquiao has been recovered of the, or is a different fighter after all?
You saying that
after the Pacquiao loss?
Do I think that
it's different?
Do I think that Pacquiao is still qualified after the Margarita knockout? Marquez knockout. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this right here, man, and it's true all day long. Anybody that's ever been in boxing long enough will know what I'm talking about. Once you get hit like that and your ass go to sleep, it ain't gonna take too many more than that. Gone. It's gonna happen again. I don't call what round. I'm telling you, when it get hit, it's gonna happen. Simple.
What's your opinion about your son making so much millions?
Say what now?
What's your opinion about your son making so much millions?
Man, over here laughing at you, man. He thinks you asking a crazy question. Okay, I think that my son making so many millions. I think that my son worked very, very hard for a lot of years, and I think that he's getting the millions because he's doing his job, and he's doing his job very well. You don't get millions doing nothing.
Floyd, a lot has been made the last week about Floyd Jr. being low-key and more quiet than usual, and that kind of thing. Freddie Roach brought it up again yesterday. Is there anything to the fact that Floyd Jr. has been sort of low-key this past week, and any particular reason why the Pacquiao camp keeps talking about that?
Man, look, we don't care what they say. We are not scared. I'm telling you that. They're the one who's scared. We are not scared of Pacquiao or the Roach. Neither one of them.
Big Floyd, how you doing? I gotta ask you this. You taught your son everything. He's 47-0. Did you learn anything from your son working with him over the years?
Man, ain't no way you can work with anybody for 20 years, man, and don't learn something from them, even though you may know it all. But hey, you got to learn something from them. I don't care if he was learning that he was a nice guy or a bad guy. Or was he a thief or was he not?
Floyd, over here on your right, down in the corner. It was mentioned when Freddie Roach was here that the opposition is still waiting for the gloves, the Grant gloves, to be delivered. Can you just explain what the delay is on that, or if there is a delay, or whether you have handed them in?
Scary.
Well, what's happened with the gloves?
Basically, I think that the glove is not an issue. I think the glove is really not an issue because Manny Pacquiao could put the same kind of gloves on Floyd's wearing. And then they could do it. Same gloves.
But are they likely to be?
They ain't nothing but fear. They ain't nothing but fear. That's all it is.
Floyd, do you know how many times your son has been drug tested randomly during this camp?
No, I don't.
Also, Freddie said that, this is what he said, that Showtime forced Mayweather to fight Pacquiao because they were losing money on the deal. What is your response to Freddie's comments?
Come on, man. Freddie, the joke coach Roach, I keep telling you. I'm just telling you that Freddie Roach know good and well that's not true. And it wasn't true all these years, like 5 years, that Floyd was scared of Manny. Now we finna finally get around to it. Now we finna see it.
Floyd over here. Freddie mentioned that he's tired of your poems. You may have lost the ability to put together some creative poems. Do you have one for us for this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Freddie Roach rest. I'm gonna let him rest. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. I said what I gotta say. It's done.
Floyd, please. Could you explain what is so bad about being scary? Don't you think that fear can allows you to enhance your level, being more alert?
Could you understand? Huh?
I repeat. You talk a lot about fear, about the opposite camp, being scary. I'd like to know for you what's so bad with being scary. Does it allows you to enhance your level, to be more alert? What's so bad with being scary in other terms?
Did you just hear Freddie Roach up here saying my son was scared? Did you just hear that? No, did you hear it? Did you hear Freddie Roach say that? He was talking about they was fear. Fear is scary.
Two more questions.
Does the fear make him more alert? That's the question.
As far as with me, fear can do a lot of things. Fear can make you better, or fear can make you worse. That just depends on who it is, what person it is with the fear.
Question in the middle here. Go ahead. The last one will be here.
Mr. Floyd spoke this week a lot about his family, his kids, giving the money to his kids. Can you sense he's more mature and also more, he said in the past he did some stupid things. Do you think he's changed a little bit over the years, that he's he said this week he did some stupid things in the past. Can you sense he's more mature, more?
Do you think that Floyd has become more mature over the years? More mature over the years?
Yes, I think so.
Last question here in the middle.
Floyd, we know you've been dealing with some health issues in the past, sarcoidosis. How are you dealing with that right now? Is that still affecting you? And do you feel that you can still go as a trainer full force?
I don't have sarcoidosis anymore. I'm that type of guy. I work hard, and when you work hard, things usually results in what you're doing. So I work hard, and here I am today speaking. And as a trainer, I'm the best. I must confess. For all the rest, there's no contest. I will shock your mind. I'm one of a kind. I'm the greatest trainer of all time. With moves and grooves and dance and friends, your boots better recognize who's the man. And I know your boots don't want to fight. I don't want to give too much. That's all right. Let's go.
Thank you, Floyd.